Gentlemen, have received my instructions in the dressing room. You know what we're here for. Remember to protect yourself at all times. And when you touch gloves now, men, you're boxing at the bell. God bless you both.
The wait is over. 2 years and 7 months after they first delivered a Fight of the Year performance, Nonito Donaire and Naoya Inoue, two virtuosos in the ring, present Poetry of Violence. Round 13. Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer Andre Ward, and it's Donaire coming out fast with the left hook. Both fighters said they needed to be better than they were the first time around. For Donaire, impossible to think that even though he fractured the right orbital bone of Inoue and his nose, nonetheless, he wasn't able to come away with the victory thanks to the courage and boxing skill of the hard-hitting Japanese monster.
Already in this first 30 seconds, I see a Donaire who's swifter on his feet. He's feinting, and he's looking like he wants to hide the power and not be so predictable. And I see the same Inoue, quick, fast, always thinking, looking for the big shot.
Big difference here, the gloves that are being worn by both fighters. They're puncher's gloves. The first fight, they featured winning gloves. This time, the left hook of Inoue is in the Cleto Reyes horsehair puncher's glove. Nonito Donaire with the Everlast MX, a hybrid horsehair and foam glove made by Everlast.
Both fighters have tasted the other's power, they respect the power, and neither fighter wants to make a mistake, especially early in this fight.
The first attempt by Donaire to land that right hand, which hurt Inoue on several occasions in the first fight and sometimes gets overlooked because of his beautiful left hook, as Inoue is able to land a check hook here with 1 minute 15 seconds left in round 1. Japanese crowd getting into it here, Dre.
Yes, good shot right there. Inoue gives the crowd a lot to get excited about. And this is a crowd that is typically respectful and very quiet, but it's hard to stay quiet when you see the explosive shots of Inoue land clean like the right hand just landed.
See the jab of Inoue there with the counter right, and now a left hook from Inoue. This fight can change with one punch at any moment. You won't want to blink because they both have dynamite in their punches. You see that left from Inoue.
So far, no reaction from either fighter from the big shots that they've taken in this first round, which is impressive because the fighters are still warming up.
Nice left hook there from...
He's hurt right now, Bernardo.
The belt was his greatest ally. The first time he's dropped by a headshot by Naoya Inoue, he was dropped by a... What a start for Naoya Inoue, Dre.
Everything, Inoue was winning that round, and nothing crazy had happened until it did. A quick right hand to the temple of Nonito, and it sat him right on his butt. He didn't know how he got there. He just realized that he was on the canvas, and that's the type of explosive power that we've been promoting this fight with. They both possess it, but Inoue's is a little bit different, and we saw it on full display.
You don't have to make it all up right now.
Right, and the good thing for Donaire is he has great recuperative powers. Somehow, some way, he's able to keep those big shots and keep on coming, but he can't take too many more of those.
Now it's Donaire landing that vaunted left hook. You see that right hand from Naoya Inoue. Inoue, you have to pick your poison. Now it's a left hook that rattles Nonito Donaire. It's devastating power, and the legs of Donaire are not all there. And Inoue taking advantage of the moment as Donaire tries to go downstairs.
And Donaire needs to get himself together before he tries to load up, but that's not in his nature. He wants to draw Inoue in, even though he's hurt, to try to land his own big shots.
You see another vicious left hook from the monster, Naoya Inoue. Body shot from the monster.
Looks like Donaire has made up his mind. He's going to fight fire with fire, and that's just the way it is, for better or worse.
Drops Donaire, he's able to somehow manage to find his balance. But Inoue, man, it might have been better to just go down, Dre, because Inoue is going to work here. And then left hook now does put down Donaire in round 2. And this fight is over. What an impressive knockout victory for the monster.
Wow.
Naoya Inoue, a statement victory in his home country of Japan. And wow and wow is all I can say about the monster as he does it at home.
He never gave Donaire an opportunity to get into this fight. He was poised, he was calm and calculated, and the big right hand that landed at the end of the first round started all the trouble for Nonito Donaire. He was never able to recover because Inoue is so efficient with his punches. He doesn't waste anything. He rarely opens himself up to be caught himself. Donaire tried to land the shots, but the explosiveness and the power proved to be too much.
We talked about Inoue having to be more defensively responsible for this rematch because of the damage he took in the first fight, Dre. And you mentioned that you expected a better version of Inoue. Did he supersede your expectations based on what he just did?
Oh, absolutely. I expected a very similar fight to the first fight. I did not expect him to go out and get a second round knockout the way that he did against Nonito Donaire, who has looked the way that he's looked these last couple years. He seems to be an ageless wonder. But all of a sudden tonight, the age might have caught up along with Inoue and what he brought to the table, and it was just the perfect storm for Nonito Donaire.
In the build-up to the fight, I talked about the fact that he was facing Father Time and a monster Naoya Inoue. I think today it wouldn't have mattered if Nonito was 25 years old. What Naoya Inoue hit him with tonight, there was dynamite in those punches. And Naoya Inoue learned from the first fight, and that's got to be a scary proposition for anybody at 118 if the monster continues to get better, because Dre, he had some lackluster performances or moments in his last 3 wins since their first fight, but tonight there was nothing lackluster about what Inoue did, and the crowd is loving him.
Well, he's a winner, and winners rise to the occasion when the moment is big. He doesn't shrink in the big moments. He actually rises. So if he's facing a fighter that is not on his level, he might not look like the Inoue we're used to seeing, as long as you see him when it matters the most.
It mattered tonight, and Naoya Inoue gets the knockout victory, landing 28 power punches on his way to the stoppage there just in round number 2. And there you see 3 belts around his waist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 24 seconds in round number 2. Our referee in charge, Michael Griffin, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated. He is now the WBC, WBA, and IBF Unified Bantamweight Champion of the world, Naoya Monster.
The monster moniker was fitting for Naoya Inoue in Saitama, Japan.
His ally, the first time he's dropped by a headshot by Naoya.